This program is brought to you by Waste Management of North County and Oceanside, who are dedicated to serving customers and community as a safe, comprehensive service provider, a good corporate citizen, and a responsible environmental steward. Think green, think Waste Management. The following program does not necessarily reflect the views, opinions, or policies of the City of Oceanside, its elected officials, KOCT, its board of directors, or staff.
Welcome to the September edition of Oceanside Spectrum. I'm your host, Eileen Turk, in for Elaine Swan, and we have a great lineup of guests who will take us through our show. MainStreet Oceanside is back and here to talk about some of the cool happenings this fall. The Swell Collective will be here to talk about their organization and their mission. The Buena Vista Audubon Society will be joining us in our studio to speak about their nature center and the programs they offer. And a representative from Vista Public Schools will be stopping by to talk about some of the programs being offered in the Vista Public School District. So get ready to get caught up with what's happening in North San Diego County, because Oceanside Spectrum starts now. Good afternoon. Today we're starting with our first guest, Kathy Nichol from MainStreet Oceanside, and she has a full lineup of activities coming in the next month. Let's jump to it. Kathy, what can you tell us? First of all, I just want to say, great to see you, an old friend.
Yay.
And fun to kick this off today.
Exactly, Eileen. I'm so glad you're here interviewing me.
Thank you.
Downtown is going to be really busy in October. We're starting our October, our Shop and Win, where for every $50 you spend in the downtown, bring your receipts to our office, get a raffle ticket, and we do a raffle every week. So stop by and find out what stores, how to do it, MainStreetOceanside.com. And then the very first weekend, returning Taste of Oceanside will be on October 6th from 2 to 5 with over 30 sip and nibble stops. It's $30 for just the taste side and $40 for taste and sip. So all in the downtown, lots of businesses. If you don't want to walk at all, we do have a taste trolley.
Wonderful.
And the tickets are online starting September 1st at tasteofoceanside.com.
Now, Kathy, before you jump to your next event,
Yes.
Doesn't that event sell out? So it's really advantageous to get those tickets early so you don't miss it.
That's right. That's right. Or you can come to our office even and buy a ticket.
Mission Avenue, downtown Oceanside.
That's right. Then the next weekend is Pride by the Beach. It's their 11th year. It'll be on the 13th from 11 to 5 p.m. They have booths, vendor booths. They have health booths. They have a live stage with lots of great music. It's a great event. And then,
excuse me, Kathy, isn't that family friendly too?
It is family
Everyone's
friendly.
welcome to come and enjoy the day.
That's right.
Great entertainment, fun for the whole family.
Yes. You've been before.
Been a couple of times.
I
To
thought
both
so.
events have been fantastic.
Yay! And then Haunted Market, always held the Thursday prior to Halloween. It'll be on the 25th this year. Family friendly again. All of our events are family friendly. And we do trick or treat until the candy runs out, which is usually between 7 and 7:30. If we're lucky, we'll have some after that. And we also do a costume parade at 6 o'clock at the stage. It's very quick, so just show up at the stage. Look for me and Cat in the Hat. Cat in the Hat helps me every year, and we parade around. And then we also do a blood-curdling scream and evil laugh contest at 8 o'clock, and that's very fun.
Is the costume contest for all ages, Kathy? Or is it just like 5 to 12 years old?
Oh, we don't have a costume contest.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Just the parade.
Just the parade, gotcha.
Are you kidding me?
That would be
Could you
impossible.
imagine me trying to judge all those cute little people in costumes? I can't do it. So we decided to just do a parade because they all look great that day. And then we have, at the very end of the month, on the 28th, we have Dia de los Muertos. It'll be our 18th year in Oceanside that we've had this. Milano provides 2 truckloads of marigolds specifically for the altars. We do 27 altars, and then we also have approximately 50 to 60 cars that do altars in their cars. We do traditional dances that day, the old man dance. We also have our ballet folklorico. We do a dance that was originated in Oceanside, our dead dance, specifically with the Katrina. We do a Katrina contest, and no pets, please, that day. We do charge for parking, and you can take the shuttle from El Camino High School. Okay. So we do need volunteers, and we just started our nonprofit Friends of Oceanside Dia de los Muertos. So if you'd like to be part of that committee, please contact me. Websites for everything are up on the screen. Thank you so much, KOCT. What did I forget? That was a lot of stuff.
Well, Kathy, you never let the community down. You always have so many fun events going on. MainStreet is awesome, and they do so many things for the community. The Dia de los Muertos, such a neat event. If you've never been, make your way down, check it out. Now, Kathy, one last thing. For those that are tuning in and maybe have missed some of this, what would be the website for MainStreet and the phone number?
So MainStreetOceanside.com is the website, and our phone number is 760-754-4512, or visit us on Mission Avenue, 701 Mission Avenue, right across from the Bank of America.
Fantastic. Kathy, great to see you. I can't wait to see what you have going on next month.
Yay.
And I hope to see you at most of these events coming up. Thank you for your time, Kathy. I do appreciate it, and we'll see you soon. Stay tuned for more Oceanside Spectrum. We'll be right back.
This is the story of a boy who is very sensitive to lights and sounds. So he built secret hiding places where nothing could get in. The boy didn't like looking people in the eye. It made him feel uncomfortable. One day, he found out he had something called autism. His family got him help, and slowly, he learned how to live with it better.
Early intervention can make a lifetime of difference. Learn the signs at autismspeaks.org.
See on page 4 that the projections need to be earthquake next Thursday.
Seriously? Thursday? Can't do that.
This is really inconvenient.
I have yoga that day.
I have no time for this.
So,
I can't do Thursday, but I can do Friday.
Disasters don't plan ahead. You can. Talk to your loved ones about how you're going to be ready in an emergency. Don't wait. Communicate.
Welcome. We are back with our next guest, Emily Gonzalez, with the Swell Collective. And their mission is to invest the tools and skills of conscious collaboration, ethical exercise of power and privilege, resilience, self-care directly into the hands of those working towards and dreaming of peaceful, healthy, and diverse communities. Wow.
Yeah.
That is a mouthful.
Isn't it?
Please, Emily, tell me, what is this all about and what do you do?
Sure. So what we are really all about is inspiring, equipping, and amplifying change agents from marginalized communities. A lot of folks that are leading groups in diverse communities find that conflict arises, right? And we see so much evidence right now of conflict all around us. You pick up a newspaper and you see all of these examples of what goes wrong at the intersection of differences. Mm-hmm. But our world is only becoming more and more diverse. Our communities are only becoming more and more diverse, and there's so much innovation and new ideas and passion and power in that diversity, but we squander it unless we figure out a way to sit with the conflict and move through the conflict in a way that's productive. So conflict's going to arise no matter what when you bring diverse groups together, and that's not a bad thing. That just means multiple perspectives coming together. But what happens is we don't know how to respond to the conflict when it arises, right? People, either sort of shut down or, kind of take an adversarial stance, become positional, fight it out. At the extremes, we have violence and war and that kind of stuff. But even everyday conflicts that we have, you know, at the supermarket, you know, when two people come to the line at the same time negotiating who gets to go first and those sorts of things. These are happening all the time, and we really want to help people become more skillful in remaining centered in that conflict and figuring out how to help groups move through that conflict in a way that kind of unlocks all that potential. Because otherwise we just, you know, squander a lot of value and a lot of opportunity.
Right. So then it's like, how can we weave our community together like fabric instead of tearing it apart?
Exactly, exactly. We need more folks that are equipped and able to do that. I think, you know, evidence is all around us of the need right now.
Absolutely. So can you tell me a little bit about that hashtag, Good Grows? Can you share a little bit about that?
Sure. Well, basically, that's just kind of, you know, an easy message to remind people that if you are able to, you know, sit comfortably in conflict and help others do the same, good will grow from that. And there's opportunities to grow good all the time in every interaction you have with somebody who's different than you, within your family, your community, your neighborhood, and organizations. At every level, there's an opportunity to navigate that conflict in a way that grows good stuff. And that's what we're all about, helping people do that, teaching them how to do that.
Excellent, Emily. It's very interesting. I'd love to know how you got into that. Now, what are some initiatives that you're currently offering? How can people get involved with what you're doing?
Sure. Well, right now we offer training to organizations and individuals, coaching and training in these skills of collaborative leadership and staying centered within conflict, resilience, and self-care. All of those things we see as kind of intertwined in achieving our mission. So we offer training and coaching to folks that want to learn how to do this better. We're also moving all of our curriculum online. We've got a lot of folks around the country that are interested in what we're doing, but need to access our stuff on demand or, you know, at their own pace and that kind of stuff. So because we can't be, you know, all places all at once, and we're a small organization, we're growing, but we want to kind of accelerate the diffusion of these ideas and these skills out into the community. So that's what we're working on right now.
Well, the 21st century and the internet, and knowing that you can get the word out, and not just by word of mouth, but now with that, you know, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, hopefully you can help expand your audience and really, you know, build more positive communities.
Exactly, exactly. We're grateful to be here in order to do that too.
Excellent, excellent. So how does the Swell Collective and the community make a collaborative impact? Like, how do they kind of work together?
Well, the first step really is helping folks, anybody who is working in a diverse group or a leader of a group of diverse constituencies, helping them understand kind of what happens within themselves when conflict arises, because it's, you know, physiological really. The body responds to conflict with increased heart rate and higher blood pressure and that kind of stuff. We evolved to do that. That's how, you know, if you're lucky enough to be alive right now, it's because your ancestors were really good at navigating conflict in a physical way, right? The
you had to run away from a dinosaur,
exactly,
like that type of
right?
thing.
Yeah, but the conflict that we run into now is all interpersonal. It's not the dinosaur, the saber-toothed tiger coming after us, so those bodily responses aren't as effective. So just helping folks tune into that and really recognize what's going on in their body so that they're not responding from that place, because the response from that place is aggression really, or, you know, the flight or freezing, shutting down. So yeah, that's
well, Emily, I definitely think people want to know more about it. So at this point, can you give us your website and your phone number?
Sure. So the website is www.swellcollective.org, and we can be reached at 760-277-4103.
Excellent. Thank you so much, Emily.
You so
nice
much.
to meet you today.
You too, Elaine. That was great.
No problem. That's okay. Thank you. All right. We'll be back shortly with our next guest. Thank you.
Hey, Hard, what's this?
That's my resignation letter.
You're resigning.
Why? Because you're constantly ignoring me. You're half as active as you used to be, and you eat stuff like this. You've been putting me under a lot of pressure lately. That's why I'm ready to quit.
I forgot. I'll do better. Please, don't quit on me.
Okay, but remember, it's not what you say, it's what you do.
Listen to your heart. Don't let it quit on you.
Let's go for a walk.
Uncontrolled high blood pressure could lead to a stroke, heart attack, or death. Get yours to a healthy range before it's too late.
Kids will spend 15 minutes watching online videos like this one.
Brushing for 2 minutes now can save your child from severe tooth pain later. 2 minutes twice a day. They have the time.
And our next guest is Brian Peterson. He's with the Buena Vista Audubon Society, and it's quite a long title here. Let's see, board member and publicity media representative. Can you tell me a little bit about your organization, Brian?
Absolutely. We are a local chapter of the National Audubon Society, and we were founded in 1951. So we've been a part of the community here in Oceanside for quite some time. And you know, when people hear Audubon, they ask me, oh, well, you guys are about birds, right? And it's true, we do a lot of work teaching people about birds and getting people enthusiastic about birding, but we're really about a lot more than that. Our organization, our mission is to promote nature education for young people and really for people all throughout our community.
Excellent, excellent. So the mission is basically preservation, education. People, tell me where you guys are located.
Well, we have a nature center. It's a fantastic facility, actually the first nature center of its kind that was built on the coast in coastal North County, and it's located off South Coast Highway. It's right on the border of Carlsbad and Oceanside, right there on Buena Vista Lagoon, and it's a facility that's open to the public. It's completely free, and it's open to the public every day except for Monday.
Okay. I know they've got a terrific newsletter too that explains all the activities going on. So a little bit you'll give us the website and everything. Yes. So what kind of programs does the Nature Center offer to the community? Do they have guest speakers and things like that?
Oh yeah, there are so many different programs going on at the Nature Center. Sometimes it's hard to keep track of all the things that we do. Like I said, our primary goal is education for young people. So that's on a day in, day out basis. This is what you see the most of. You have groups from local schools coming in and doing tours with our nature guides. We also have monthly programs for adults with different guest speakers. We do special events like our yearly Endangered Species Day. That's a huge event for the whole family. We have a native plant garden. We have a hiking trail. So if you're interested in learning about local species, plants, and wildlife, it's just a great place to come by.
Excellent, excellent. What other conservation projects has the Buena Vista Audubon Society been involved in? Do you know of any off the top of your head?
Oh yeah, definitely. We've actually just recently purchased 2 different properties in Oceanside. One is the Wetlands Preserve, and that's right across Coast Highway from our Nature Center. Nice. We have another preserve that's called the Andy Morrow Preserve, and that's in northwest Oceanside near Camp Pendleton and the San Luis Rey River. And we're working on habitat restoration in those properties, working on restoring the coastal sage scrub habitat, which is home to some critically threatened local species.
Okay. Believe me, I'm familiar with the gnatcatcher and a few other things that have slowed development in some other projects.
Oh, definitely.
So you're looking for volunteers to man the center some days, or as you said, for some of the conservation efforts?
Absolutely. That's one of the great things about our organization, is that we're an entirely volunteer-run organization. So everything that gets done is done by volunteers. So if you have a talent, if you have a skill, and you're passionate about nature, we can find a place for you. One of the best ways to get started is what I did when I started out with this organization, was just volunteering to host at the Nature Center. We're always looking for people to help out with that. Not too much of a commitment, just a few hours a month, and you can come in and you can get to know a little bit more about what we do. But if anybody's interested in volunteering, we'd love to have you. And you can come in to our nature center, you can send us an email, check out our website. There's a lot of different ways to get a hold of us.
Okay. So let me see, wasn't there a project at Buddy Todd Park with some birdhouses that were assembled? Do you know anything about that project?
Well, I know that we do a yearly birdhouse auction. That might be what you're referring to.
Okay.
Yeah, and that's another way for people to get involved if they have an artistic bent and are crafty. We can. That's something we do as a fundraiser. We auction off different birdhouses in the community.
Excellent, excellent. Well, it sounds like there's plenty of fun things to do at the Buena Vista Audubon Society, and thank you so much for volunteers like yourself. And again, it looks like people of all ages can go anytime except Monday and get involved. I definitely encourage folks to check it out. Whether you're visiting Oceanside or you're a longtime resident, make it a point to stop there this fall and see what's going on. Would you be kind enough, Brian, to give us the website and the phone number, and if you're on Facebook?
Absolutely. We are on Facebook and on Instagram. And the website is www.bvaudubon.org.
Excellent. Oh, phone number? Well, we'll get back. Check the website immediately, everybody. But Brian, thank you so much. It was great to meet you today, and I look forward to stopping by soon and saying hello.
Thank you.
So thank you for your time.
Thank you
really
very much.
Appreciate it. Keep up the good work.
Thanks.
All right, well, stay tuned, everybody, for some more Oceanside Spectrum coming your way. Thank you.
Use motor oil or cocktail of toxins. Dispose carefully, you got lots of options. Never the trash, the drain, or the ground. That's insane and it ain't safe and sound. Oceanside is a zero waste city. Oceanside is a zero waste city. Oceanside is a zero waste city. Oceanside is a zero waste city.
Recycle used oil and filters at certified collection points in Oceanside. For locations, see greenoceanside.org.
There was an old woman who lived in a shoe. She had so many children, she didn't know what to do. She gave them some broth without any bread and kissed them all soundly.
Lights out.
Good night. And put them to bed. Hunger is a story we can end. End it at feedingamerica.org.
And now we're on to our last guest at Oceanside Spectrum. And now we're going to have an educational slant. Really excited about this. We've got Dr. Linda Kimball, and she's with Vista Unified School District, and kind of like the president. How are you doing your first 100 days? Congratulations on her first 8 months, and she's on Oceanside Spectrum with some news about what's going on at Vista Unified School District. So can you tell us a little bit about your school district and the makeup of the community that you're in charge of?
Well, sure. Vista Unified is a fantastic district. We have 26 schools. We span everywhere from 2-year-olds all the way up to adults. Primarily we have kindergarten through grade 12, but we also have preschools and we have adult school. We have some transition students, special education students, and so it's a whole community full of people learning, and very exciting. We're demographically diverse, largely Latino, about 60% Latino, but for sure, you know, some Caucasian, some African American, some Asian, and so it's a little bit of a mix, and all just excited, motivated people, you know, out there doing their best to learn in the schools. So having a great time.
Well, I'm sure as a superintendent, you seem like a very dynamic lady who can bring a lot of positive change to Vista Unified. What are some of the programs that the school district's been involved in? Can you tell us a little bit about the bus and music programs, perhaps?
Sure, absolutely. So there are lots of great things going on, and one of the things that I encountered when I got there were some really great magnet programs and some kind of brands, like, you know, some of our schools, we have lots of academies. So we have a dual immersion academy, which is where kids are learning in Spanish and English. We have STEM, you know, science, technology, engineering. We have music programs, things like that. lots of specialized brands at different schools where, students can say, hey, I really want to study whatever it might be, design thinking, and so I'm going to go to Vita, or, so students decide what they want to do. And so what that's resulted in, though, is the need to get kids there. So when I arrived, we had lots of students walking pretty significant distances. And so one of the things that we did quickly was to put bus transportation back in, which is kind of the opposite of what's been happening in school districts.
Right.
Lately, they've been actually downsizing transportation, which happened in Vista some time ago. And now we're realizing our kids are walking really far, some of them. So this year we added 8 bus routes, 8 buses, and over $1 million in transportation. The purpose of which to get kids off of the street, and a reasonable walk is fine. A couple mile and a half is a fine walk, but 3 miles is too much. So we're really trying to put that into place. Definitely expanding the arts. The arts is a big area of focus right now. So our goal is to make sure that every child has access to the arts during their school day. So that's something we're definitely working on. On building community partnerships and trying to make sure that everybody has a strong, stable arts education from K all the way up.
Wonderful.
Through their grades.
I'm so excited to hear that the arts and music and things like that are coming back after all these cuts, and then transportation, just getting kids safely to school for their overall experience. And how interesting now, you're not just in a general school anymore. You can pick a specialty that you maybe excel at, and then the school district can help you be all you can be.
Absolutely.
What are some of the biggest challenges? And we talked a little bit before the show, just, the dollar doesn't go as far as it used to, but can you tell us some of your priorities?
Right, so we have definitely been working on expanding the opportunities, expanding things that are a little bit different for different children so they can choose, like I said, there are a number of different academies. Kids can pick where they'd like to go to school. But what that does, first of all, it costs significant money, and second of all, it requires getting the student to that program. And so transportation is definitely an expense, but also we also just find that the budget is constricting, so we're having to figure out how to do great things with less money. And so that's something that we're working on and is a challenge every day, I would say.
Right. I'm sorry, can you tell me a little bit more about the bond measure that's coming up?
Oh, sure.
Inform us about that.
Sure.
Thanks.
So when I arrived in Vista Unified, I noticed that there are over 250 portables that are over 25 years old. So at one time, a lot of portables were put down. They are aging, they are too old, and they need to be replaced with more permanent housing, student housing. So we're not trying to build the Taj Mahal. We're trying to adequately house students in a safe, welcoming, college and career preparatory environment. And so we will be going out for a bond, measure LL, in November. And the purpose of that is really to, like I said, right size our schools and make them adequate, sharp, safe student housing. And so that's a major effort going on right now.
Well, I really hope the community gets behind that proposition, because kids learn better when they're in a safe and happy and a decent building, and it builds a sense of pride in the community.
Absolutely.
So parents can volunteer for the school district. Shall they contact you on the website and such for more information?
Sure, they can absolutely reach out to us at the school district. We will route them to a committee that's working on this. It's a group of parents and community members that are really getting out there. Everything from they'll be calling, they'll be walking precincts, they'll be donating just dollars. They'll be helping in many ways, trying to connect with people and help them to understand the need to have adequate student housing that to allow students to have what they need to do well in school.
Excellent, excellent. Well, I wish you well. You're very ambitious, and I think Vista's lucky to have you.
Thank you.
And you're going to set the world on fire over there and get a lot of great things done, and put the students and the teachers first, and have successful families come out of this. And very, very nice to meet you today.
Thank you.
You're my last guest, and it's just been a joy to meet you. So we're finishing up here with our guest today at Oceanside Spectrum, and we look forward to seeing everybody next month with more exciting guests and how you can find out about what's going on in your community. Thank you.
This program was brought to you by Waste Management of North County and Oceanside. who are dedicated to serving customers and community as a safe, comprehensive service provider, a good corporate citizen, and a responsible environmental steward. Think green, think waste management.